Welcome back to the channel The Coin Empire. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of coin collecting, a story that has captured the imagination of collectors, treasure hunters, and everyday people who dream of finding a life-changing coin in their pocket change. We are talking about the legendary 1995 Washington quarter, a coin that normally represents just 25 cents but under extremely rare circumstances could become one of the most talked about treasures in numismatic history. While ordinary examples of the 1995 quarter are common and worth only face value, collectors are constantly searching for unusual specimens that display extraordinary mint errors, striking anomalies, production mistakes, and unique characteristics that can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. The excitement surrounding these possibilities has led many enthusiasts to examine every detail of their quarters, hoping to discover something never before seen. Imagine finding a coin that appears normal at first glance, only to realize that hidden within its design are clues pointing to a remarkable minting mistake. Such discoveries are the reason why coin collecting continues to attract millions of people around the world. The 1995 quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where millions upon millions of coins were struck for circulation. During the minting process, countless steps must occur perfectly for each coin to meet quality standards. Whenever something goes wrong, even in a very small way, the result can be an error coin. Some errors are minor and common, while others are so rare that collectors may spend decades searching for them. The possibility of finding an exceptionally rare 1995 quarter with multiple dramatic errors is what fuels the dream of extraordinary values being attached to certain examples. One of the most discussed possibilities involves a dramatic off-center strike. This occurs when the blank coin planchet is not properly positioned between the dies during striking. Instead of receiving a centered design, the coin may display part of the image while leaving a blank crescent-shaped area. The greater the misalignment and the more visible the date remains, the more appealing the error can be to collectors. Another possibility is a double strike, where the coin is struck more than once. Depending on how the coin shifts between strikes, portions of the design may appear duplicated, creating a dramatic visual effect that instantly attracts attention. Collectors are fascinated by these coins because they provide direct evidence of a mistake occurring during production. Then there is the possibility of a broad strike error. In this situation, the collar that normally shapes the edge of the coin fails to function correctly. As a result, the coin expands outward when struck, creating an unusual appearance with distorted dimensions. Such pieces often stand out immediately when compared with normal quarters. Die cracks represent another category of collectible errors. Over time, coin dies can develop stress fractures due to the tremendous pressure involved in striking coins. When these cracks appear on a die, they transfer raised lines onto the coin's surface. While small cracks are relatively common, dramatic die cracks and die breaks can create striking visual features that attract strong collector interest. Some collectors specifically search for examples displaying extensive cracking because they tell a story about the life cycle of the die used during production. Even more dramatic are cuds, which occur when a portion of the die breaks away entirely. Coins struck afterward may show large raised blobs of metal where details should normally appear. Such unusual features often become highly collectible because they are easy to identify and visually impressive. Another possibility involves a rotated die error. Under normal circumstances, the obverse and reverse designs should align in a specific orientation. If one die rotates from its intended position, the finished coin can display an unusual alignment when flipped. Significant rotations are uncommon and frequently sought after by specialists who appreciate the technical aspects of minting. The 1995 quarter also inspires discussions about double die varieties. A double die occurs during die creation rather than during the striking process. Portions of letters, numbers, or design elements may appear doubled because of a misalignment during die manufacturing. Genuine double dies are among the most celebrated discoveries in American coin collecting because they originate from the die itself, meaning every coin struck from that die can potentially carry the same characteristic. Collectors carefully inspect dates, inscriptions, and design details using magnification in hopes of spotting evidence of doubling. Another fascinating possibility is the presence of a wrong planchet error. Occasionally a coin intended for one denomination is struck on a blank intended for another denomination. This can result in unusual size, weight, and color characteristics. Imagine discovering a 1995p quarter struck on a planchet intended for a completely different coin. Such an error would immediately attract significant attention because of its rarity and unusual appearance. Missing clad layer errors are another category that generates excitement. Modern quarters are composed of multiple layers of metal. If one layer is absent due to a production problem, the coin may display an unusual color and reduced weight. Such pieces often stand out dramatically from normal examples and become valuable additions to specialized collections. Collectors also discuss partial collar strikes, clipped planchets, strike-through errors, and die adjustment strikes. A clipped planchet occurs when part of the blank is missing before striking, leaving a curved section absent from the finished coin. Strike-through errors happen when foreign material comes between the die and the planchet, preventing certain details from being fully impressed. Die adjustment strikes occur when test strikes are made to calibrate equipment, resulting in weakly struck designs that can be highly collectible when released into circulation. The fascination with these possibilities stems from the fact that error coins are tangible evidence of something unexpected happening inside the mint. Every error tells a unique story. Some represent equipment malfunctions, others result from human oversight, and some arise from the natural wear and stress experienced by minting machinery. For collectors, these imperfections are not flaws but rather distinctive characteristics that separate one coin from millions of others. The idea of a 1995p quarter reaching an astronomical value such as $112 million is rooted in the excitement of imagining a coin with an unprecedented combination of errors, exceptional preservation, historical significance, and overwhelming collector demand. In reality, values depend on market conditions, rarity, authentication, and buyer interest. However, the dream of discovering an extraordinary coin continues to motivate people to search through change jars, coin rolls, and inherited collections. Condition also plays a critical role in determining desirability. A coin preserved in near-perfect condition can attract much greater attention than an example showing heavy wear. Collectors often seek coins with sharp details, original luster, and minimal contact marks. When a rare error is combined with outstanding preservation, the result can be a highly desirable collectible. Professional grading services further influence the market by authenticating coins and assigning grades based on their condition. Certified examples often provide buyers with greater confidence, especially when dealing with unusual errors. The popularity of online marketplaces and social media has also contributed to growing interest in error coins. Stories of valuable discoveries spread rapidly, inspiring new generations of collectors to examine their coins more carefully. Many people who previously ignored pocket change now find themselves checking dates, mint marks, and design details. The possibility that an ordinary-looking quarter could conceal something remarkable adds an element of excitement to everyday transactions. Coin collecting combines history, art, economics, and detective work into a single hobby. Every coin serves as a miniature historical artifact, reflecting the technology and craftsmanship of its era. The 1995p quarter is no exception. While most examples remain common circulation pieces, the possibility of discovering a rare and unusual specimen keeps collectors engaged. Some enthusiasts dedicate years to studying minting processes so they can better identify genuine errors. Others enjoy the thrill of searching through large quantities of coins in hopes of making a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The stories surrounding valuable error coins remind us that remarkable treasures can sometimes hide in unexpected places. Whether stored in an old drawer, forgotten in a piggy bank, or mixed among everyday change, coins have a way of sparking curiosity and imagination. The enduring appeal of the 1995p quarter lies not only in its potential collectible value but also in the mystery surrounding what might still be waiting to be found. Every collector dreams of the moment when an ordinary coin reveals an extraordinary secret, and that dream continues to inspire searches across the country. As long as people remain fascinated by mint errors, production anomalies, and rare varieties, the hunt for exceptional 1995 P quarters will continue. Next, 1971 $quarter coin. Today we are exploring one of the most fascinating and mysterious stories in the world of coin collecting, the legendary 1971 Washington quarter that some collectors imagine could be worth an astonishing $105 million because of an extraordinary combination of minting errors, production mistakes, extreme rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. While an ordinary 1971 quarter found in circulation is generally worth only its face value unless it is in exceptional condition, the world of numismatics is filled with stories of coins that became incredibly valuable because something unusual happened during the minting process. These stories inspire collectors everywhere to inspect every coin that passes through their hands, hoping to uncover a hidden treasure that has escaped notice for decades. The 1971 quarter was struck during an era when billions of coins were being produced to meet the needs of commerce across the United States. The minting process involved massive machinery operating under intense pressure, striking coin blanks with incredible force to create the familiar design seen on American currency. Although the process was highly controlled, mistakes occasionally occurred, and those mistakes created some of the most sought-after collectibles in the hobby. Imagine discovering a 1971 quarter that appears ordinary at first glance but upon closer inspection reveals an extraordinary minting anomaly unlike anything ever documented before. Such a discovery would immediately capture the attention of collectors, researchers, dealers, and auction houses around the world. One of the most famous categories of mint errors involves doubled dies. A doubled die is created when the die itself receives a misaligned impression during the manufacturing process. As a result, every coin struck from that die may show evidence of doubling in letters, numbers, or design elements. Collectors carefully examine dates, inscriptions, and details on Washington's portrait looking for signs of true double die characteristics. If an undiscovered and dramatic double die variety were found on a 1971 quarter, especially one displaying obvious and attractive doubling, its desirability could increase dramatically. Another possibility that excites collectors is a major off-center strike. During production, a coin blank must be perfectly positioned between the dies. If it shifts significantly, the resulting coin may display only part of the design while leaving a blank crescent-shaped area. Large off-center errors that still show the full date are particularly popular because they allow collectors to identify the year while also showcasing the dramatic nature of the mistake. Some off-center strikes are minor, but others can be so extreme that they appear almost unbelievable. Broad strike errors represent another fascinating category. Normally, a collar surrounds the coin during striking and ensures the proper shape and dimensions. If the collar fails to function correctly, the coin may spread outward beyond its intended size. The result is a broad strike, a coin with an unusual appearance that differs noticeably from normal examples. Collectors appreciate broad strikes because they provide clear evidence of a malfunction during production. Then there are clipped planchet errors, which occur before the coin is even struck. Coin blanks are punched from large sheets of metal, and occasionally a blank may overlap a previously punched area. This creates a curved section missing from the coin. When struck, the missing area remains visible, producing a distinctive and collectible error. Some clipped planchets are small and subtle, while others are large enough to attract immediate attention. Another exciting possibility involves strike-through errors. During the minting process, foreign material may accidentally come between the die and the coin blank. When the coin is struck, the object prevents part of the design from being fully impressed. The result can be unusual textures, missing details, or mysterious patterns on the coin's surface. Collectors enjoy studying strike-through errors because each one tells a unique story about what may have happened inside the mint. Die cracks are also among the most popular mint errors. As dies endure repeated impacts, stress can cause cracks to develop. These cracks transfer onto coins as raised lines. Small die cracks are relatively common, but large dramatic cracks that stretch across significant portions of the design can generate considerable interest. If a crack grows severe enough, part of the die may break away entirely, creating what collectors call a cut. Cut errors produce large raised areas of metal where design elements should normally appear. Because of their unusual appearance, cuds are often favorites among error collectors. Rotated die errors provide another source of excitement. Under normal circumstances, the front and back of a coin should align in a specific orientation. If one die rotates, the finished coin may display an unusual alignment when turned. Significant rotations are uncommon and often attract strong collector interest because they demonstrate a clear mechanical problem during production. Wrong planchet errors are among the most dramatic possibilities. Imagine a 1971 quarter struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Such a coin could have unusual dimensions, weight, color, and appearance. Wrong planchet errors often become highly desirable because they combine rarity with an immediately noticeable difference from normal coins. Collectors are particularly fascinated by these errors because they reveal how a coin intended to be one thing accidentally became something entirely different. Multiple error coins generate even greater excitement. Imagine a quarter struck off center on the wrong planchet while also displaying a dramatic die crack. Such combinations are exceptionally rare because they require several mistakes to occur simultaneously. The more unusual the combination, the greater the potential collector interest. Some of the most valuable error coins known today owe their fame not to a single error but to a remarkable collection of anomalies appearing together on one coin. Condition plays an equally important role in determining value. A rare error in heavily worn condition may still be desirable, but an example preserved in nearly perfect mint state condition can command far greater attention. Collectors often seek coins with original mint luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks. Professional grading services evaluate coins according to strict standards, assigning grades that help establish market value. High-grade examples frequently become centerpieces of advanced collections. The idea of a 1971 quarter reaching a value of $105 million captures the imagination because it combines the thrill of rarity with the possibility of discovering something previously unknown. While actual market values depend on collector demand, authentication, rarity, and many other factors, stories about extraordinary coins encourage people to look more closely at the change in their pockets. Every year, collectors report discovering unusual varieties and errors that had gone unnoticed for decades. This ongoing potential for discovery is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a captivating hobby. The history of the Washington quarter itself adds another layer of appeal. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, the design became one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. By 1971, the quarter had already been part of daily commerce for nearly 4 decades. Millions of people handled these coins every day without considering that some examples might one day become prized collectibles. Yet that possibility is exactly what drives the enthusiasm of collectors today. Every scratch, mark, crack, and unusual feature invites investigation. Could it be damage that occurred after the coin left the mint, or could it be evidence of a genuine mint error? Learning to distinguish between the two is one of the most important skills in numismatics. Experienced collectors spend years studying minting technology, die varieties, and production methods to improve their ability to identify authentic errors. They use magnification, scales, reference books, and comparison examples to evaluate potential discoveries. Sometimes a coin that initially appears ordinary reveals extraordinary characteristics under careful examination. This possibility fuels countless hours of searching through bank rolls, inherited collections, dealer inventories, and pocket change. The dream of finding a hidden treasure never fades. Stories of remarkable discoveries continue to circulate within the hobby, inspiring both beginners and experts alike. Whether the coin is found in an old drawer, a forgotten collection, or a roll from a local bank, the excitement of uncovering something rare remains one of the most rewarding aspects of collecting. For many enthusiasts, the value of a coin extends beyond money. Each piece represents a tangible connection to history, technology, craftsmanship, and human error. The 1971 quarter serves as a perfect example of how an everyday object can become the focus of intense fascination. A simple 25-cent coin may hold secrets waiting to be discovered, and those secrets continue to inspire collectors around the world. The possibility of a unique specimen possessing unprecedented errors, remarkable preservation. Next, 1998 D $quarter coin. Today we are diving into one of the most exciting and mysterious coin collecting stories imaginable, a story centered around the 1998 D Washington quarter, a coin that most people would overlook without a second thought, but one that has inspired dreams of incredible wealth among collectors who believe that an extraordinary example with unique minting errors, remarkable production mistakes, and unprecedented rarity could be worth a fortune beyond imagination. Every day millions of people handle quarters without ever looking closely at them, yet experienced collectors know that hidden among ordinary coins can sometimes be pieces that tell a completely different story. The 1998 D quarter was struck at the Denver Mint and entered circulation as a normal 25-cent coin, intended to be used in everyday transactions across the United States. However, the journey from metal strip to finished coin involves a complex manufacturing process with numerous steps, and whenever something goes wrong, the result can be a fascinating mint error that attracts attention from collectors around the world. The idea that a single coin could become extraordinarily valuable is rooted in rarity, uniqueness, collector demand, condition, historical significance, and the possibility that a combination of unusual circumstances created a coin unlike any other known example. Imagine searching through a jar of spare change and discovering a quarter that immediately looks different from all the others. Perhaps the design appears shifted dramatically to one side, perhaps the lettering shows unusual doubling, or perhaps the coin was struck on the wrong metal entirely. Such discoveries fuel the excitement of coin collecting and encourage enthusiasts to inspect every detail carefully. One of the most famous categories of collectible mint errors is the off-center strike. During production, a blank planchet must be positioned precisely between the dies. If it is not centered correctly, the design may be struck unevenly, leaving part of the coin blank. The more dramatic the displacement and the more visible the date remains, the more desirable the error often becomes. A spectacular off-center 1998 D quarter with strong eye appeal would immediately stand out from ordinary examples and attract significant interest from collectors. Another possibility involves a broad strike error. Normally, a collar surrounds the coin during striking and helps form the final shape and edge. If the collar is absent or malfunctions, the metal may spread outward beyond normal dimensions. The resulting coin appears larger and flatter than expected, creating a distinctive look that collectors find fascinating. Broad strikes provide a visible reminder that even highly sophisticated minting equipment can occasionally experience problems. Doubled dies represent another area of intense interest. Unlike strike doubling, which can result from movement during production, a true doubled die originates during the creation of the die itself. This causes elements of the design, such as letters, numbers, or details of Washington's portrait, to appear doubled on every coin struck from that die. Collectors spend countless hours examining coins under magnification searching for evidence of genuine doubled die characteristics. If an undiscovered major double die variety were identified on a 1998 D quarter, it could instantly become one of the most talked about varieties from that year. Die cracks are another feature that can transform an ordinary coin into a collectible curiosity. Because dies endure tremendous stress, cracks sometimes develop over time. These cracks appear as raised lines on the finished coin. Minor cracks are relatively common, but dramatic cracks stretching across major portions of the design are much more exciting. As cracks grow larger, portions of the die may eventually break away, creating what collectors call a cut error. These raised, irregular areas can dramatically alter the appearance of a coin and make it highly desirable to error specialists. Strike-through errors offer another intriguing possibility. During the striking process, a foreign object such as grease, cloth fibers, metal fragments, or other material may come between the die and the planchet. The result is an area where the design fails to strike properly, leaving unusual patterns or missing details. Every strike-through error is unique because the foreign material involved differs from one incident to another. Collectors enjoy studying these pieces because they provide clues about what happened inside the mint at the moment of production. Clipped planchet errors occur even before striking begins. Coin blanks are punched from large metal sheets, and occasionally a blank overlaps a previously punched area. This creates a curved section missing from the coin. When struck, the missing portion remains visible and creates a distinctive appearance. Depending on the size and location of the clip, such errors can command substantial premiums from collectors who appreciate their unusual shape. Wrong planchet errors are among the most dramatic mistakes imaginable. A quarter struck on a blank intended for another denomination can exhibit unusual size, weight, thickness, and color. Such a coin immediately stands apart from normal examples. Because several separate quality control failures must occur for a wrong planchet coin to escape into circulation, these pieces are often considered among the most exciting mint errors available. Collectors frequently dream of finding such a coin because it represents an extraordinary departure from standard production. Rotated die errors also capture attention. When a coin is flipped from top to bottom, the reverse design should appear in a specific orientation relative to the obverse. If one die rotates from its intended position, the alignment changes. Significant rotations are uncommon and often become desirable collectibles because they are easy to demonstrate and clearly illustrate a production problem. Another possibility involves partial collar strikes, where the coin is only partially contained by the collar during striking. This can produce unusual edge characteristics and distortions that make the coin appear dramatically different from normal quarters. Collectors often refer to some examples as railroad rim errors because of the distinctive appearance created along the edge. Lamination errors provide another avenue for rarity. During the preparation of the metal strip, impurities or defects can become trapped within the alloy. As a result, portions of the coin's surface may peel, flake, or separate. These errors reveal imperfections within the metal itself and create fascinating visual effects that distinguish the coin from ordinary examples. Missing clad layer errors are equally intriguing. Modern quarters consist of multiple layers of metal bonded together. If one layer is absent or partially missing, the coin may display an unusual color and reduced weight. Such pieces often attract attention immediately because they look noticeably different from standard coins. The possibility of a 1998 D quarter exhibiting several major errors simultaneously is what truly fuels collector imagination. Consider a coin struck on the wrong planchet, displaying a dramatic off-center strike, accompanied by a major die crack and preserved in near-perfect condition. The odds of such a combination would be extraordinarily low, making the coin a unique artifact of minting history. Collectors often place tremendous value on uniqueness because it means the coin cannot easily be replaced. Condition further enhances desirability. A rare error found in heavily circulated condition may still be valuable, but an example retaining original mint luster, sharp details, and minimal imperfections can attract dramatically stronger interest. Professional grading services play an important role in evaluating such coins. Authentication and grading provide confidence to buyers and help establish a coin's standing within the marketplace. High-grade examples frequently become centerpieces of advanced collections. The fascination with rare quarters extends beyond simple monetary value. Every coin represents a snapshot of the manufacturing process and a piece of American history. The Washington quarter design has circulated through countless hands, witnessed decades of economic activity, and become one of the most recognizable coins in the nation. When an unusual error appears on such a familiar coin, it creates a compelling contrast between the ordinary and the extraordinary. This contrast is one reason why error coins generate so much excitement. Stories of remarkable discoveries continue to inspire collectors. People have found valuable coins in inherited collections, bank rolls, old drawers, piggy banks, and even loose change received during routine purchases. These stories encourage enthusiasts to remain vigilant because the next great discovery could appear almost anywhere. The search itself becomes part of the reward. Every coin examined carries the possibility, however remote, of revealing something unexpected. Some collectors focus specifically on Denver Mint issues because they enjoy studying varieties associated with a particular facility. Others concentrate on Washington quarters because the long-running series offers countless opportunities for research and discovery. The 1998 D quarter occupies an interesting position within this landscape because it was produced just before the launch of the state quarters program, which dramatically increased public interest in coin collecting. As a result, many collectors continue to examine 1998 quarters carefully in hopes of identifying overlooked varieties. Last 1997 P quarter dollar coin. Today we are exploring one of the most fascinating and exciting coin collecting mysteries imaginable, a story centered around the 1997 P Washington quarter, a coin that most people would spend without a second thought, but one that has inspired dreams of unimaginable wealth among collectors who search endlessly for rare minting errors, unusual production mistakes, and hidden varieties that could transform an ordinary 25-cent coin into one of the most talked about treasures in numismatic history. Imagine reaching into your pocket, finding a common-looking quarter, and discovering that it possesses characteristics unlike any other known example. That possibility is what keeps collectors examining coins year after year, searching through bank rolls, coin jars, inherited collections, and everyday change in hopes of uncovering something extraordinary. The 1997 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the final years before the launch of the famous state quarters program. Millions of these coins entered circulation and became part of daily commerce across the United States. Most examples remain common today, but collectors know that rarity is often created not by the date alone but by unusual circumstances that occur during the manufacturing process. Every coin begins as a metal strip that is transformed through multiple stages of production. Blanks are punched from the strip, prepared for striking, and eventually impressed with designs under tremendous pressure. While the process is carefully controlled, mistakes occasionally occur, and those mistakes can create coins that become highly desirable collectibles. One of the most famous possibilities involves a dramatic off-center strike. During normal production, the planchet must be perfectly positioned between the dies. If it shifts significantly, only part of the design is struck onto the coin, leaving a blank area where details should appear. The greater the displacement and the clearer the date remains, the more exciting the error often becomes. A major off-center 1997 P quarter would immediately stand out from ordinary examples and attract attention from collectors who specialize in dramatic mint errors. Another fascinating possibility is a broad strike error. Coins are normally contained within a collar during striking. If the collar fails to function properly, the metal can spread outward beyond normal dimensions. The resulting coin appears wider than expected and lacks the standard edge characteristics. Broad strikes provide a clear visual reminder that even sophisticated minting equipment can experience occasional malfunctions. Collectors appreciate these errors because they are both educational and visually distinctive. Double dies represent another category of great interest. A true double die is created during the manufacturing of the die itself rather than during the striking process. This means that every coin struck from the affected die may display the same doubling characteristics. Letters, numbers, and design details may appear doubled under magnification, creating a dramatic effect that attracts specialists. The discovery of a major double die variety on a 1997 P quarter would generate significant excitement because collectors are always searching for previously unrecognized varieties. Die cracks also play an important role in the world of error collecting. As dies strike thousands upon thousands of coins, stress can cause cracks to form. These cracks transfer to the coins as raised lines. While small cracks are common, large and dramatic cracks crossing significant portions of the design are much more desirable. If the damage becomes severe enough, part of the die may break away entirely, creating a cut error. These raised, irregular areas can dramatically alter the appearance of a coin and often become favorite pieces among error collectors. Strike-through errors offer another intriguing possibility. During production, foreign materials such as grease, cloth fibers, metal fragments, or debris may become trapped between the die and the coin blank. When the coin is struck, portions of the design fail to appear correctly. The resulting patterns can be mysterious and unique, making each strike-through error a one-of-a-kind piece of minting history. Collectors often enjoy studying these errors because they provide clues about what happened during the moment of striking. Clipped planchet errors begin before the coin is struck. Coin blanks are punched from large metal sheets, and occasionally the punching process overlaps a previously punched area. This leaves a curved section missing from the blank. When struck, the missing portion remains visible, creating a distinctive appearance that is easy to recognize. Depending on the size and location of the clip, such coins can become highly collectible. Wrong planchet errors are among the most dramatic and sought-after mistakes. Imagine a 1997 p quarter struck on a blank intended for a different denomination. Such a coin might display unusual size, weight, thickness, and color characteristics. Because several quality control systems must fail for such an error to occur and escape detection, wrong planchet coins often command strong interest from collectors. They represent a remarkable departure from normal production standards and demonstrate how unusual events can sometimes occur inside a minting facility. Rotated die errors add another layer of fascination. Under normal circumstances, the obverse and reverse designs should align in a specific orientation. If one die rotates from its intended position, the finished coin will display an unusual alignment when flipped. Significant rotations are uncommon and easily demonstrated, making them popular among collectors who enjoy showing others how minting errors occur. Partial collar errors, often called railroad rim errors, occur when a coin is only partially restrained by the collar during striking. This produces unusual edge formations and distortions that make the coin appear noticeably different from ordinary examples. Such errors are especially attractive because they affect the shape and structure of the coin itself. Lamination errors occur when impurities or weaknesses within the metal cause portions of the surface to separate or peel away. These defects reveal flaws within the metal composition and can create fascinating textures and patterns. Missing clad layer errors provide another opportunity for rarity. Modern quarters consist of layered metals bonded together. If one layer is missing, the coin may appear discolored and weigh less than expected. Such pieces often stand out immediately because they look so different from standard quarters. The excitement surrounding rare error coins increases dramatically when multiple errors appear on the same specimen. Imagine a 1997 p quarter struck on the wrong planchet, displaying a broad strike, accompanied by a major die crack and preserved in exceptional condition. The odds of such a combination would be extraordinarily low. Collectors place tremendous value on uniqueness, and a coin displaying several major errors simultaneously could become one of the most talked about pieces in the hobby. Condition is another critical factor. A coin with rare errors may be desirable regardless of wear, but examples preserved in near-perfect mint state condition often attract the greatest attention. Original luster, sharp details, and minimal marks enhance desirability and help establish a coin as a premium collectible. Professional grading services authenticate coins and assign grades that provide confidence to buyers and sellers. High-grade examples of rare varieties frequently become centerpieces in advanced collections. The idea of a 1997 p quarter reaching an extraordinary value captures the imagination because it combines rarity, mystery, and the possibility of discovery. While actual market values depend on many factors, collectors are drawn to the dream that an overlooked coin could turn out to be something remarkable. Stories of valuable discoveries continue to circulate throughout the numismatic community. People have found rare coins in circulation, old family collections, estate sales, and forgotten boxes stored away for decades. These stories remind collectors that hidden treasures sometimes appear in the most unexpected places. The Washington quarter itself carries historical significance. Introduced in 1932, the design became one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. By 1997, generations of Americans had used these coins in daily life without considering that some examples might one day become prized collectibles. Yet that possibility remains at the heart of the hobby. Every coin tells a story, and error coins tell particularly fascinating stories because they reveal moments when the manufacturing process did not proceed exactly as intended. Collectors enjoy investigating these anomalies, learning about minting technology, and uncovering the details behind unusual specimens. The search for rare quarters is about more than financial value. It is about curiosity, discovery, history, and the thrill of finding something unexpected. A collector examining a roll of quarters never knows what might appear next. One coin may be ordinary, while another could display characteristics that spark years of research and discussion. This sense of possibility keeps the hobby vibrant and engaging. The 1997 P quarter remains a fascinating candidate for such dreams because it belongs to an era of coinage that many people still encounter